album is the debut album by the band Manowar. The album is called Battle Hymns, and it was released on June 14th of 1982.
Yes.
This is certified sheetrock. It sold 117 copies.
Oh, stop it.
It's certified sheetrock.
But you do admit it rocks, so.
No, it doesn't.
Will.
Our cast of characters. We have Eric Adams. It's not his real name. He took his name from his two sons. I'll give him some respect for that.
All right.
He's our singer, or what passes for a singer. Ross the Boss on guitar and keyboards. Joey DeMeo on bass guitar and the bass pedals. Donnie Hamzik on drums and percussion. And we have a special guest shot by our friend Orson Welles.
There you go.
He does a little voiceover on this. All songs written by Ross the Boss and Joey DeMeo, except for Metal Days. And the bastardization of the William Tell Overture that is on this.
There we go.
Opens up with a song called Death Tone. Started off, this is your fucking shit show.
Well, I'm going to be honest. The lyrics are a bit sophomoric. But the music is awesome.
No, it is not.
Solid.
I'm saving my critique on the music till the end of this. Jim?
When we left work on Wednesday, I had put this on for Jack to listen to. And his exact words were, "This fucking sucks." This was very painful to listen to. His voice is like a nails on a chalkboard. And, what the fuck was this song even about? At first I thought he was going out riding on his motorcycle, being a bad guy. And then all of a sudden he's talking about he went to Nam. He did this. He did that. And then, at the end of the song, it was almost like it was the finale of the album.
Yeah, they did the big rock star ending on
the first song.
One. What I've got is this song reminds me of a bad mix of Kiss and Saxon. I will get to the overall musical critique at the end of this review. Because there's a lot of it. Track number 2, Metal Days, written exclusively by Joey DeMeo.
There's only 8 songs. I mean, it was
Thank God!
It was a relatively short album.
Yes.
We'll get to that at the end of it.
Brian, you see how I keep everyone off the hook forever?
Next album, next song, Metal Days.
Yes, this is a mission statement. And this is a great driving song. And it's like listening to the blueprint of where hair metal is going to be in a few years.
I've never listened to somebody kiss their own ass so much. You have to be joshing us right now.
No, these are my, look, I'm a fan of War, okay? I do like Manowar.
No, you a fan of bitch.
I like Manowar, but this is one album that I've kind of overlooked over some of their other albums, and that's why I decided this is the one that's going in, because I've never really listened to it. So I figured we could share.
There's probably a good reason you've never listened to it before.
Because I haven't had a chance to.
Okay.
No, you've had a chance.
Well, here's a guy trying to be Rob Halford who can't. It's a horrible song. I mean, it's actually so repetitive. I was playing this while I was staying late after work. I left my office, walked to the back counter, and came back into my office, and it was still sounded like the same fucking song. The same exact chorus was going on.
I give this song a no. More bad Kiss mixed with Saxon, shrieking vocals. Next track. Fast Taker. I thought it was a misprint and it was supposed to be Fast Talker. No, this guy's just a fucking nitwit. Fast Taker.
It's a fast, heavy, in-your-face metal, which is like what Manowar is.
We'll get to this later. What do you got, Jim?
Why must this singer just randomly scream, "This is another miss, it's a nope"?
I give it a meh. I'm being nice. It's not terrible. The main riff reminds me of older Judas Priest, but I agree. Eric Adams' voice is like nails on a fucking chalkboard. Track number 4, Shell Shock.
All right, now this one you can almost like see almost like a proto Megadeth kind of thing, you know, because it's like the Vietnam War at this time was still kind of fresh in people's minds, and it was message metal that before message metal was a thing. I'm sure some of the more political heavy bands were influenced by Manowar.
Yeah, don't
Jesus
fucking write shit this terrible.
Christ.
What do you got, Jim?
It was well-written lyrics. I really enjoyed the story in the song. It wasn't too bad a song. He actually kept his voice in check for most of the time. It's not a yes and it's not a meh. It's kind of in the middle right there.
It's a mess.
But yes, and then the only thing that really threw me off though too was at the end of the shell shock.
I give this one a meh. Once again, I'm being generous. Ross the Boss is kind of shit with his guitar solo choices. More fucking notes does not make it better. Serve the song. Otherwise, it's not a terrible song about a Vietnam vet.
Yep.
I gotta respect that. Ain't much else I can respect on this. Thank God side 1 of this fucking dog shit album is over. Flip the platter, we're on to side 2. Their self-titled song on this album, the song Manowar. Go ahead.
This is something that very few bands have done, but they should always do.
No.
And that is, just introduce yourself.
No, you
with a
fucking shouldn't.
Just like Motorhead, Black Sabbath.
If you're gonna do it well.
I think they did it quite well.
No.
Okay, it's a good song.
Jim.
This was so fucking cheesy. When I listened to this, the first thing I thought of was Team America World Police.
Come
remember
and
that
save
movie?
the motherfucking
Yes,
day,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Manowar.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
Manowar,
It's
fuck
yes.
no.
Yes.
It's a no.
Yeah, okay.
I actually was nice and gave this one a meh. It would have been on the cusp of a yes until that horse shit guitar solo. Absolute fucking dog shit. Track number 2. This is when we get our visit from Orson Welles. Dark Avenger.
Yes. Now, I love the beginning tone of the song. I mean, they tried to kind of make it an epic, but I think it was.
But there's not enough talent.
It was a good effort. It came together kind of, but it just needed a little something more.
It came together like oil and fucking water.
I actually liked the story in the song. This is the only song that gets a yes from me.
2 snaps.
Too long, too bloated. Even Orson Welles couldn't save it. This song is a no.
I'm going to save it for the end. What I have to say about that, too.
Track number 3 on side 2. A bastardization of the William Tell Overture by Joey DeMeo on bass guitar. Why?
Well,
Why?
well,
What, no, wait. I'm going to go first on this.
Okay.
Why? Joey, you're a fucking decent bass player. You didn't need to do this. You really didn't. This was not good. No.
I think it was an admirable effort to introduce classical music to an audience that might not appreciate classical music.
If you're going to do it, you do it well. You do it like Nuno Betancourt did with Flight of the Bumblebee. You don't fucking do this.
The mix was a little off.
Whoa!
There is no mix. It's just a fucking bass guitar. This is just ass.
I would say
No, you will say nothing more on this song. Jim.
Do we really need to talk about this one?
No.
Exactly.
Thank you. Final track on the album, Battle Hymn. Go ahead.
Now this was a much better epic song than the Dark Avenger, and it was a great way to end the album.
Okay. Jim?
They tried to make a battle hymn, but failed miserably. Long and plodding. No, it was like 3 different songs in one.
If you're going to do a song with movements, once again, do it well.
Movement.
Not that kind. This is a movement, all right. Not terrible, but too long. I want to hit Eric Adams in the head with a fucking Morning Star at this point. Just shut the fuck up already. Those are my notes. Those are my notes. Those are my notes on this. Final thoughts
All right.
and rating.
Now, Manowar, if you think of metal at the time, it was, regular metal at that time in the early 80s was like orange juice. Manowar is the orange juice with the pulp in it. You know what I'm saying? Not for everybody's taste, but if you can handle it, it's good.
No.
And again, I was really hoping that I knew you were kind of iffy on him. I was hoping to bring you to my side. I'm disappointed in you because I was really hoping you'd understand early 80s metal. These guys laid the groundwork for so much.
They didn't lay the groundwork for shit.
So I give
They didn't lay the groundwork for a fucking thing.
So I give this album, and this is not one of their better albums, I will admit. There are better albums, but I think this one, I'm going to give this one a solid 7.
Jim?
How the fuck do you come out of nowhere, make a debut album? How much did Orson fucking Welles get paid to do that?
I don't know.
Honest to God, that poor man. I hope to God they paid him so much fucking money. I can't believe this band is still around after listening to this album. I can't believe they got to record again.
They're the American Anvil.
Oh, this was so hard to listen to. Honest to God. And I listened to it multiple times. There were that final song, I got to hate it so much I skipped it right in the middle all the time. This is a 2.5, and that's being generous.
Okay. Wow. That's worse than me.
That's fine. I don't speak for the band.
Even for 1982, the drum sound is fucking terrible. Okay? His drums sound like cardboard boxes. I have produced better drum sounds on a Tascam 4-track cassette recorder. This was fucking atrocious. The drum sounds were shit. The mix is fucking terrible. It's all guitar and vocals. You can barely hear the fucking bass. You can't hear the drums, which may be a fucking blessing. Because those drums sound like shit. Eric Adams' voice is nails on a chalkboard in a lot of places. High doesn't make it good. If you've got the register, great. Use it judiciously, like Rob Halford, like Jeff Tate. Not like this. This was fucking bad. This is why I don't enjoy most power metal. Because of shit like this. That's fucking... these guys, they may be decent players. The songwriting is terrible. The production is fucking terrible. This is unironic Spinal Tap. And the American version of fucking Anvil. How do 900,000 people per month listen to this shit on Spotify?
Did you see that too? I was like, oh my God.
No. That just proves my fucking saying that popular does not mean fucking good. I'm being nice to you. I'm giving this album a 4.
There is also a remaster of this album.
Don't fucking do it. We're done talking about it. Don't ever fucking do that again.
2 more in the bucket.